some conversation with Steven and Twan. Questioning the whole universe and history of man. Saturday on Sunday, we're gonna make it through. Stay up, It's a Saturday on Sunday.
And welcome to Saturday on Sunday. I'm Twan.
Sunday.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Jake.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming back and listening to us another time.
Welcome back for the fourth time.
The fourth.
The fourth time.
May the fourth be with you. It's not May 4th, so that doesn't make any sense. but
They don't know that.
You guys get it. I actually, before I came here, almost put on I still have the Burger King, like, Jedi Sith watch.
Okay.
I was going to put it on, but I just realized it's broke, so now I got to figure out how to fix it.
Yeah.
I've only had it for 16 years.
They wouldn't have known it was broke.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see the
But
face.
then I'd have to, like, duct tape it on my wrist.
Oh,
it was
like that
broke
part?
physically. Like,
That part's broke. Okay.
yeah, like
Well,
that kind of broke.
I mean, maybe they wouldn't. They were like, oh, that's a new style.
Yeah.
Duct tape. I mean, I used to rock that style. Whenever my Chuck Taylors would get holes all around each side of them, fucking duct tape around the whole
Yeah.
thing.
That's the thing.
Saves money.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Chuck Taylors, like, you can beat those things to dirt and still wear them. So
Like, I used to wear them to the point where, like, my pinky toe would stick out of both shoes and,
Nice.
like, the front of them started talking.
we my wife and I wanted to, like, get every single color.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a high top guy. Like, I'm not a low top guy, but she likes low tops. So
Yeah.
she used to always buy me, like, the low top ones until, like, I told her, I was like, you know,
Stop it.
I like high tops. So
It's like I like my angle to be covered.
now I got the traditional black and white. I got the black on black, and then I
Yeah.
got the I have maroon.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Go Rams.
yeah, go Rams.
I mean, the only pair of Chucks that
if
I
you're
have
into
now.
that thing.
I mean, the only Chucks I have now are like these red Chucks that are like a women's size 9. I thought that they were like a men's size 12. Or no, they're
Wait, what?
Wait, hold on.
no,
That's
they're
a big difference.
wait. They're a women's size 12, only a men's size 9. I thought they were a men's size 12, so
Yeah.
they're super fucking tight. So I only wear them every once in a while.
Yeah, because, like, you wear them because you're like, I really like these, but your
Right.
feet are so uncomfortable.
Right.
The first time my wife ever bought me shoes, we were just, like, dating at the time,
Yeah.
and she had her brother ask me what size shoe I wear.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, hey, bro, like, I have some extra shoes that are brand new. What size shoe do you wear?
Yeah.
And I said, a size 12. He was like, all right, man, I'll see what they are. I don't remember.
Yeah.
So on my birthday, she got me a pair of Chuck Taylors. They were all black on the outside, neon green on the inside.
Oh,
Really
okay.
nice.
Yeah.
And they were, no, she got me the red ones.
Oh, alright.
Those ones were good. She got me a pair of red Chucks, which I really wanted.
Yeah.
And I looked at them, and they were size 10 and a half.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, well, these are 10 and a half. These aren't going to fit my feet.
Right.
And I was like, she was like, do you really wear size 12? And I said, yeah. She said, I got you a 10 and a half because I thought you were lying.
It's like,
Why
why would
would
I be?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, did I want to be like, you know what big shoes means? Like, no,
Right.
I wear a
It's
size
like-
12 because that's what my feet
It's like
fit in.
I'm bragging to your brother about how big my feet
Yeah.
are. It's like, oh, I got these brand new shoes. You want them? Only if they're a size 12.
Right.
Your feet aren't 12, right?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But it was cool. Now
Yeah.
she knows, and she gets me the right
Right.
size.
Oh, yeah. Like, I've always wanted a red pair, and then I finally got a pair, and then it's like too fucking small.
Too fucking
But they don't make them like they used to make them.
right.
Like, even if the shoes fit me, I'd only be able to wear them for like a year before the soles start falling off of them. You can't
Right.
wear them for like
Yeah.
multiple years.
Yeah, because like I remember getting a pair in like 6th grade, and I wore them until like 11th.
Oh, right.
I haven't bought Chucks since Nike bought them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
It just seems like the quality went down.
Yeah.
right. And you would think, oh, Nike, they're gonna make some quality Chucks.
Yeah, but they
It's
don't
like,
care
no.
about the Chuck Taylors. They care about the other brands that.
I mean, they're not making them to last because they want you to keep buying.
yeah,
them.
and now there's so
Yep.
much more. I remember you used to be able to buy like Chuck Taylors for like $25.
Oh, right.
And now they're like $60.
Oh, yeah. I
Oh,
remember
what
when
On
the
sale.
Yeah.
when the
Crazy.
what was it, the K and P, or I think it was the
Yeah.
KP in
Yeah,
Arlington
in the
Plaza.
yeah.
You go and get Chuck Taylors of all kinds of weird colors for like $15. It's like, hell yeah.
Yeah. But they were doing a lot of like knockoff shoes then
Right.
too. So
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, knockoffs are just
I
as
don't
good.
care.
Yeah.
I don't care if
I
the
don't
word
need
Converse is
I don't
misspelled.
need name brand.
Right.
Yeah.
Mike, I wear New Balances now, and I just get people like, haha, New Balances, you're an old man. It's like, these are comfortable fucking shoes.
See,
My work shoes are New Balance.
They're
my
fucking good
my
shit.
3 shoes that I
No,
wear right now.
Skechers.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
Sketcher work shoes.
I mean,
I don't
those are
care.
just as good.
Yeah, they're
Jen always
comfortable.
gets Skechers.
The 3 shoes that I wear now, like if I'm going out somewhere, I have 3 pairs of shoes that I go to, and that's the new ones that I just bought, which are gray and black Nike SBs. Then I have a pair of highlighter pink slip-on Vans,
Oh, yeah.
which like are literally the brightest things I've ever seen. Like you can see them from a mile away. And then I have a pair of purple low-top Adidas shoes.
Yeah.
They're just all purple. And like those are my go-to shoes.
See, I'd buy more shoes that are like outrageous colors. If I had clothes that would go with them.
Oh
But,
no, I don't
like,
like matching
doesn't matter.
doesn't matter to me.
Right, I feel like I'd want to wear like all black if I have bright ass shoes on.
Yeah, well, I'm in all black now. Like
Yeah.
I wear all black all the time.
Yeah.
And I
But, like-
primarily wear.
But the
dark
other
colors.
day, like I was out and I was wearing like a high vis orange hoodie,
Yeah.
red pants, and my purple Adidas. Like the color thing doesn't matter. The people like
Yeah.
you don't match. I'm like,
Oh,
neither does my mind.
I mean, I rarely match. Like,
Matching is for suckers.
right. It's like back in the day, or like the early 2000s, I'm like, my color's got to be on point. Like,
Yeah.
everything has to be super matchy. Like, oh, I got this red jacket. Well, I got to have this red hat and red shoes on.
Right.
But never like red jacket and red pants, because that's too much.
Tracksuit.
Then people are
Right?
like, too gang related. I'm not about
Yeah.
that. Like,
You never told me you was a blood.
I'm too soft for that.
I know.
Like now I'm all about the bleached tie dye.
Yeah, it's the thing. I still want mine, but I'll
Yeah.
get it eventually. I'll get one.
Where's our
Right.
bleach tie dye?
I mean,
We
give
gotta
me,
get the items.
give me some items and I'll bleach tie dye it up.
I probably got a couple shirts you can.
Jen
do
will
for me.
be totally down for that. As long as she doesn't cut herself again, it's all good.
Yeah. If you're cutting yourself while dying, shirts.
How do you cut yourself with bleach?
Hey,
I mean, she didn't cut herself with bleach. Like, that's kind of a ridiculous statement. I
no,
cut it with bleach.
She.
What are you making drugs?
I
I cut it with
I
bleach.
cut it with bleach. It burns real good. No, she was
No.
cutting off like the strings and
Yeah, 'cause
stuff
you
that
gotta
was
tie the
tied
shirt
together.
up.
Right, tie dye. You gotta tie. a
You gotta
strip.
tie it and then dye it.
Right.
I understand that.
Yeah, but she was
I was
like,
being a smart ass.
I just want to sit here and go, holy shit, I didn't even know that's why they called it tie-dye. like, it all made sense. Like, I just sat here and, like, put it together in my
yeah,
in my head after.
right.
I'm
Like,
not high, I promise.
Jen
like-
Jen gets real hyped on bleach tie dye, and it's an exciting thing. You
Yeah.
know, you see the colors change, and they turn out good.
Right.
Some better than others, but you know,
I like how it doesn't affect, like, the logos and stuff. That's pretty cool.
yeah. As long as they're not like cloth.
Right. I got to start making more clothing.
Yeah.
So,
You got to give me a Saturday on Sunday shirt to bleach dye.
yeah.
You
I
got to
could do
give
that.
me a Saturday on Sunday shirt.
I do have like a bunch of clothing you guys can check out on Instagram and buy that and like help us buy stuff for the podcast, that'd be super dope.
Right.
So check it out.
So we can get equipment to equipped actually having people on here.
Yeah.
And
Right?
I have like one of my designs right now. It's my hoodie. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm gonna try to show it to you. It just says "Peace, Love, No Guns." I actually made this hoodie for my best friend who had recently passed, and that was like his thing all growing up. Peace, love, no guns. So I made it, and then if you guys also enjoy it and like Peace, love, no guns, purchase it, and it'll help us buy equipment so we can have guests and we can paint the wall that you guys probably all stare at and hate.
oh, right.
But it's
Yeah.
it's a thing. That's what I do. I make clothing. So
Yeah.
and if you want it bleached tie-dyed, let us know, and we'll send it off to Steven, and he'll bleach tie-dye for it.
I
Oh,
won't do
show.
anything with it because I don't do anything with clothes.
Jake will touch it one time.
He'll sign it with invisible ink, so
You'll know it's there, but you'll never see it.
Unless it's a black light. I won't tell you what I use for invisible ink.
I don't like it anymore.
I don't think I want that.
Speaking of seeing that stuff, so while I was in Florida, I stayed at a Motel 6 the first night.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that when my friend's family like came to get me from my room, they walked in, and it looked like nobody had been in that room at all.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Did you even sleep?" Well, one, I couldn't sleep, like
Right.
terrible. I was like up all night. I was smoking cigarettes. Like I started to see the sun come up. I'm like, but I said I laid down for a short period of time.
Yeah.
But I laid on top of the covers because I have this rule about hotels
Yeah.
that if it does not have all white bedding, I
Oh,
will not sleep under the covers.
Yeah.
Right.
Because like the bedding that is like designs or like darker colors or like whatever is only designed to hide the stains.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
On all white bedding, you can't hide that stain. Like you could see
Right.
that
Right.
right then and there.
Yeah.
So like I was like, no, I just like laid down on top of the blankets and stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't touch anything. I didn't use any of the soap. Never used any of the towels. Never did any of that stuff. So like they walk in, I was like, I guarantee you, the cleaning person for that room is gonna walk in and go, nobody even stayed here. Walk back out and lock the door.
Oh,
for
100%.
sure.
Like they're gonna be like, hey, nothing's moved, so I'm not touching any of this.
Right.
Easy job. Go
I mean,
about
for
it.
sure.
But the next day, we stayed at the Hilton.
Yeah.
And it was a phenomenal room with a view overlooking like all that area
Oh, yeah.
down in Florida, and like had a nice pool, had a bar in the lobby. It was like real nice place. I'm
Yeah.
like, see, now I'll sleep under these covers
Right.
Right.
because these people like it's a nice hotel. Like,
Right. They got their shit
I mean,
together.
there's probably still some shit that you don't want to know about.
Right.
That they
Of course.
skip,
Everywhere.
But I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll sleep under these covers.
Yeah.
So it was nice. And I also seen a bunch of parrots out there. Like we have, like here in Ohio, we have a bunch of pigeons.
Right.
Like just
Yeah.
in seagulls, we have pigeons and seagulls that just
Oh,
like
yeah.
like we were out there and like normally there's just like parrots flying around, and I'm
Right.
like, why do you guys get parrots and we get pigeons? Like that's
It's
not
because
cool.
we're garbage.
But
people.
but
I
then
don't know. Florida is pretty,
But then
pretty
I
garbage
accepted-
people.
yeah.
Well, I accepted the fact that we only get pigeons because, so it's the first time I've ever been to Florida. I've never been there
Yeah.
in my life. Also, the first time I've ever flown on a plane. So, the whole time from leaving Cleveland Airport, I'm in an air-conditioned airport.
Yeah.
Then I got on a nice air-conditioned plane. Then got off into a nice air-conditioned airport. Then on another air-conditioned plane. Then in another air-conditioned airport. And then finally I'm in Florida.
Yeah.
And mind you, like I said, I've never been there, never experienced it. I'm walking through the airport and getting ready to get out. I open the door to the outside and just get blasted with like 190% humidity. And I was
Oh,
just like,
right.
holy shit. Like I will take, like
Right.
complaining about a humid hot day out here, it's like,
Yeah.
Oh, it's nothing.
I went out there and I'm like, I can barely breathe in this shit. How the fuck do you guys do this on a daily basis? Like,
Must
I was
be.
like, my shirt was sweating, like on
Right.
its own. Like, my body was sweating, my shirt was sweating. I'm like, this is fucking hot out here.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the bath salts that keeps
Yeah,
keeps them
keeps
going.
it going, keeps it solid. That was a good point in life when like bath salts was like taking over.
People
Right.
eating faces.
Yeah, people
Oh,
thought
yeah.
that was a good idea.
So fun. What
Yeah.
a great time.
Yeah, might as well.
Great time to be alive.
Like, who saw that and was like, bath salts? I'm gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of drugs that fall into that category of like,
Yeah.
nah,
I mean,
no
there's a
thanks.
lot, but like, there's like that whole K2 thing that went around for a long time. Like that was going around.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're like, yo, it's like fake weed that doesn't show up in your system, but it
Yeah.
also will cause you to have seizures and stuff.
Right.
I'm like, no thanks. I'll just smoke the regular weed.
Right.
That and I'll get some fake pee if I need it.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it is. People just like, it's like, what can I do that I'm not going to get in as much trouble for having this, but I'm
Yeah.
still going to have the effect. And that's when you get like homemade meth and all that
But
shit.
the thing is like people are thinking that like, oh, because I bought this at this hole in the wall gas station, it's legal
Oh, right.
because it's essentially they're selling it as potpourri.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right. So buying it right now is legal, so you can sell
Right.
it right now. But when you use it in that form to get high, it becomes
an
drug.
intoxicant. Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It
I
becomes-
used to work under a guy whenever I was tattooing, and he was like a chemist, and he would just make the shit. And he's like, "Oh, you guys want to try this?" And it's like, "No,
No
dude,
thanks.
we
I
got
don't know what
weed
that
over
does."
here."
Like, I'm only gonna smoke it if you made it by taking a seed and putting it into the soil and then
Right.
waiting until the seed grows into a plant, which grows these buds, and then you pull them off and you hung them up. I don't know the deal,
Right.
but
Basically like that.
you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't want.
Like,
y-
did
you're
you
like a little bit of Windex, a little bit of Clorox. Like,
Right.
this
Like-
is gonna be good, man.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I don't want this elementary school science experiment in your
Yeah.
sink.
I mean, the
in a
dude was
pill.
like a legitimate chemist and worked for like some company, and like I'm assuming that he was making that shit, and that's why
Right.
he was no longer a chemist.
Yeah.
Like they're like, we
that's
see what you're doing
reasonable.
in your free time,
Are
and
you-
he's stealing all these tools.
Are you
to make
taking
it-
stuff and making drugs? No,
No.
not me.
Like, yeah, that's what we do. I'm a chemist. That's what we're paid to do.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but are you making like fun drugs?
It's like
Like,
then you meet the
well-
guy and you're like, yeah, this guy's done some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's not the first time.
He was.
That was a drink break. You guys saw it.
But he was the
Hey.
type of person that was loco for loco. You know.
Oh.
shit.
Four Loko was the best before they outlawed whatever was in it that was
Yeah.
like too bad.
See,
Was it
like,
caffeine. They had too much caffeine.
Yeah, whatever
don't
it
know.
was. But I just remember like right before we would go out somewhere, like we would chug a whole Four Loko, so
Yeah.
that by the time like we had a beer or two at a bar, we were like pretty drunk, you know.
yeah.
Like, and now you could still buy those like pre-ban from like eBay and stuff.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you can still buy. People still have them and they sell stuff. Because you can go on eBay and find all kinds of discontinued food
Right.
and drink and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
Like, I don't know. There's like, there's certain things that it's like, there's a reason why people
Yeah.
don't want this. Like
Yeah.
that, what was it called? Cocaine, the energy drink
Oh, yeah.
Oh
cocaine.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, cool, I can feel my heart beating.
Yeah. but
Fun stuff.
that energy drink, like I bought it, you know, just because it was like the thing. Like, yo,
Right.
you could tell everybody, hey man, I got cocaine, and like,
Right.
you know, that whole school joke. But then I tasted it, and it tasted like fucking shit.
Oh, yeah.
it
it
was
was
terrible.
disgusting.
Right.
I smell. I have a habit of like smelling what I'm drinking.
Yeah.
And I smelled it. I swear my nostrils just got singed.
Now, see, I
Oh, yeah.
learned, like, from drinking alcohol, that you never smell what you're about to drink.
I do it with beer because that's a thing you do
Yeah,
with
like
beer.
I mean, if you're doing that, but like if somebody hands you a shot, you don't ever smell it. You just take it.
Right.
Just
And never
let it
try
go.
to like sip it, cause
Yeah.
that's
It's so bad.
No, I mean, if someone hands me a shot, I'm not going to sip a shot.
Yeah.
I'm just
down
saying.
the hatch.
Yeah.
That's it.
it's
Fire
Down
in
the
hole.
hatch, upside
So
down.
like that's
on
kind
the
of a
table.
bad thing because like I will literally like take the shot if you give it to me. I won't smell it. Try to investigate it. I'll
Wait,
just do it. You're like,
what
hey,
is
take
this?
So like that
This
can get
is-
me in some real trouble. Like
Rohypnol.
somebody's like, yeah, I don't know what that is. I scooped it out of their sink back there.
Right.
I would probably do it
Yeah.
because you handed it to me.
I don't know.
I have problems like that. Like when I start to get drunk, like I'm that guy who will like you're like you won't throw your phone across the street, and I'm like what yeet throw it across the street. Like
See, whenever I want to drink, like if I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna drink something tonight. Like I don't go for beers or anything like that. Like I need whiskey on ice. I
Hey.
don't know.
On ice.
Yeah.
You're being all fancy on me.
I mean, you know, I like to be a gentleman. When
I like
drink.
all my
Pinky out.
regardless like
Right,
shot
pinky out.
or just drinking or anything like that. Like I like all my whiskeys room temperature.
Yeah.
I like room
Like,
temperature.
I can't
I go
do
straight.
ice. I can't do
Yeah.
chilled. Like, if you hand me a shot of like chilled Jack Daniels, like I'm like, ugh, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I'll drink Jack Daniels all day, just straight, just
Yeah.
room temperature, good to go.
I don't know. I need to get a new bottle of whiskey
Well,
just to have around.
at my home bar, I have plenty of whiskey and tequila.
Oh,
and
that I can just
vodka.
take with me.
Sure, I don't mind.
Yeah.
For a fee.
Well,
Right.
when we have parties at my house, they never go right. So like the more alcohol you take out of my
Right.
house, the better.
It's like I'm just saving you guys for further cleanup later.
Yeah, I mean, literally, we had a graduation party at my house, and everything was going smoothly. And then my brother, love him to death, drinking a little bit too much, gets in his truck. He's like, "Look at me, I'm driving," and we have a big lot next to the yard, and all the
Yeah.
other cars are parked there. And he's like, "I'm driving," you know, smiling, having a good time, and then he's backing up and just smashes into the person we're having the party for a car. Like he smashed into her car, and like shattered the window, dented the whole door in, and like you could just see like his soul like leave his body.
Right.
Like, I mean, you've ever backed into something or hit
Oh
something?
yeah.
Like you're backing up and everything's fine. You're like, look at me, I'm backing up, and then you hit it and like your heart just drops.
Right. You're like, fuck.
fuck. Well, like you could see it in his face, and we're all outside, so we can all see him like
Right.
in his truck, and he just like blank stares, and is like, I fucked up. So it may be a good idea if you just took the alcohol out of my garage in the first place.
Right. I mean, maybe one of these days I'm just gonna sneak over there and, maybe
Steal
the
all
garage
the whiskey.
garage door's open. I'll just go and clear
Steal
you
your
out.
book bag.
Yeah, and it all depends too on when you come because like sometimes there's top shelf liquor and sometimes there's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get Korski from the gas station and sometimes I get Gentleman's Jack. It all depends on how
Yeah.
much money I made that week.
Right.
Or
Well, I
who's
just gotta be
coming over.
like, hey, how much money you make this week? You get the good stuff.
We need people to donate money so that we can put alcohol behind this bar here.
Right. We need like a nice shelf of top.
I have been thinking about getting a mini fridge for back
Hey.
here. They're not that expensive.
Saturday on Sunday bar, and then we'll invite every single person that subscribes to your house.
Good luck convincing Sarah.
Yeah, we might piss off Jake's girlfriend if we invite people. Like, could you imagine, like, if we get 1,000 subscribers, like, I get the face tattoo, and then we invite all 1,000 subscribers?
It's like, well, not all
Project
1,000.
X.
Not all 1,000 subscribers are gonna show up. So.
And then they do.
Right.
Like, them and they all invited someone, so there's 2,000 people.
You're
here.
like, you made everybody a +1? I'm like, oh, yeah, man, I didn't think this one through.
It's like
I
it's
really put a +5, but they only wanted to bring one.
right. It's a BYOB kind of party, so
Yeah.
at least you didn't spend anything on the beer.
No, they're
I've
not
already
getting into my
rated
beard.
the Quarantina, so I got what I need.
Right. My bar's already rated. I don't
Right.
have anything else. I'm already pulled over. I can't pull over any farther. Yeah, so, I mean, parties at my house don't usually end well. So
Yeah.
I just try. I'm not going to say I try not to have them because I'll still have them and they'll still go just the way they're supposed
Right.
to go. So,
As long as the cops don't show up,
yeah.
pulling out,
Yeah, like, I don't
weapons
want
on
another
us.
repeat episode of that. That would be terrible. Like,
No.
I don't like guns being put in my face.
Right.
It's not my thing.
I mean, I don't know. I'm the type of person that just doesn't like guns in the same room as I am.
I typically don't either.
Yeah.
Guns don't kill people.
Like our uncle, we went.
People kill people.
My nephew's like, what was it? His third birthday
Yeah,
party.
It was his, like, third birthday.
He's like, oh yeah, I got a gun on me. I always have it on me. It's like, it's a fucking 3-year-old's birthday party. Like, get the
Hey,
fuck out
but-
of here.
I don't know, man. I kind of agree with them because toddlers get out of hand sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes
really-
you gotta pistol whip a toddler.
Sometimes you gotta pull out that gun and
Keep
lay
kids,
down the law.
Keep kids in their place.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
you're having
I mean,
too
you have
much
those
fun.
gun owners who are like, "Look at me, I have a gun."
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
like I'm okay. Like, obviously we've talked about it. I'm okay with it. I'm,
Yeah.
that's fine with me. But like, I don't like the annoying like.
Yeah.
Check me out, I have a gun on me, and I'll do anything I want with my gun. Second Amendment. And I was like,
Yeah.
we get it. The Second Amendment's there, and, your guns aren't going anywhere. But you don't have to show your $120 high point to me every second that you can.
Oh yeah.
Like, I get it. You got a gun, Bubba, and I'll keep it pushing. Like,
Right.
I hate
Like-
that shit. Like, you'll see people in Walmart all the time just, like, pushing their hip out just to, like, assert the fact that they have
Shirt
a gun
tucked
on
in
them.
around it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I get it.
Right.
Like, cool, it's an open carry state, and I'm all for it. Like, if you want to, go ahead.
Right.
But, like, it's those people that give gun owners, like, a bad name,
Oh yeah. Like.
who are, like, in any situation, if we have a mild argument about something, they want to tell you, I have a gun.
Oh yeah.
Like, I
They
know.
always make me think of that episode of The Simpsons where Homer gets a gun. It's like, oh, I
Yeah.
gotta turn the lights off. I gotta do all this.
Yeah. Like, just have one and just
Right.
stop. Like,
I'm like, I feel like my uncle's one of those type of people, but he doesn't go anywhere. He has no reason to have a gun.
He
He's just
sits at home all the time.
right.
He's like,
if
I
I'm
left my
going
house,
out,
but-
I'm coming out strapped. If I'm going out anywhere, oh, it's a 3-year-old birthday party. Gotta bring
Yeah.
that thing.
and I get, like, I get it if you bring it to a 3-year-old's party and it's on your hip underneath your clothes.
Yeah.
But, like, you do not have to announce that you have it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
what purpose did you have to do that? Like,
Oh yeah.
You gonna shoot the birthday boy?
like it's just
Fine.
like a random conversation, and you're like, yeah, man, this birthday cake's really good. He's like, yeah, I have a gun.
Right.
So, pretty good birthday party.
Right. I'm gonna blow out these candles.
I don't know if I
with
told
my
you that.
gun.
Can I shoot out the flames with the can?
I don't know if you heard me, but I said gun. That's
Right.
G-U-N. I learned
yeah.
that in 2nd grade, which
Got it.
when I started learning 3-letter words.
All right. I got a A on that spelling bee.
Yeah.
Because it pertained to guns.
But like that's
I
cool.
loved
mean,
it.
But that's like with a lot of things. Like people
Right.
just want to put
Yeah.
their information, like
Right. Like I'm a vegan.
yeah, like
No.
unnecessary information out there. It's like,
Right.
okay, we get it.
I mean, nobody needs to know about my gun.
Yeah.
Your gun. What
I
about
mean-
my gun?
Oh, well, you don't want to talk about my gun. Yeah.
I
But
don't
it's,
know.
it is what. Just don't be a dickhead.
I mean,
know.
Right.
if I were to
Be
carry
cool.
around any weapon like that, and it's like a bow
Samurai
and arrow,
sword.
maybe a samurai sword.
Well, the problem is if he had a samurai sword, like that'd be cool.
Right.
But he'd have to have 2 of them, and then there would have to be one more of us, and then, I'd have nunchucks. And,
oh, right.
Somebody would have a staff, like
Oh, yeah.
going Ninja Turtles
Right.
on this
You
motherfucker.
gotta go full. You
Like,
gotta have the whole
whenever I
party.
saw you in that bandana, I'm like, fucking Ninja Turtle
Hey.
time.
Right.
Cowabunga,
Go
dog.
ninja,
No,
go
like,
ninja.
I
Go.
walk around with a bandana like that on, and Jen's like, why do you
Who
have
are
a
you?"
bandana on?
Yeah,
I'm like,
we're bringing it back.
Right. It's like
Still
it's
think.
either in my back pocket or it's on my head. She's like, just doesn't get it. I'm just too cool for her.
I've never been one of those like full bandana wearers where like,
Yeah.
you like flip the whole thing
Oh
over. and,
no!
like, I've
Only
never
when
done
I
that
had
shit.
like long hippie hair and like Willie Nelson braids.
I
I'd
mean,
rock
that'd be
that
pretty
shit.
cool, I guess. But he even more like
Right, but I would do it like fucking bring it back to Good Charlotte. I'd do
Yeah.
a Good Charlotte style, wear the bandana with the trucker hat on top of it.
yeah, super cool, dude.
Fucking baller.
Ballin'.
I didn't do any of that.
Well, you know, get with
Wow,
the
'cause
times.
You're a loser.
It's because
I
you're.
know.
We've already discussed this. You're the baby here.
I know.
Yeah, but you look 45 with that beard, bro.
I know.
You probably didn't even listen to Hanson. You don't even know.
Right.
Bop, bop,
I know
bop, bop.
Bop.
He's like, I know Bop. They have a beer now, Hops.
Hops.
I mean, have you tried that beer? Is it available anywhere?
I haven't seen it anywhere.
Well, that's
Is
unfortunate.
that wait? Is it a Hanson beer?
Yeah, they have their own brewing company.
They do.
Like Hops is a
Okay, like-
legitimate thing.
Hops.
I did not know that.
Well, I mean, have you listened to Hanson?
Do they still? Do they still look like young women?
I mean, they look like older ladies.
Like when I was
now.
younger, I was like, man, these chicks are hot.
Right.
Oh, those
Now
are
they
all
got the
dudes.
Karen haircuts and
Nice.
They're complaining at Walmart.
right.
Yeah.
They had to wear a mask.
What's the male version of Karen? Is it Ken?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it Ken?
It's Ken.
Ken.
I don't know. I don't keep up on my.
What happened to Ken and Barbie? Why is he with Karen now? This is crazy.
I don't know.
Because Karen complained enough that he's like, well,
She-
I'll go with their Barbie's too complicit with everything.
Right. She's
I,
like,
I need to get someone assertive.
She's fantastic.
It's like,
Made
I
of
s-
plastic.
I spoke with Barbie's manager, and you're mine now.
That's the thing. That's
I don't know.
typical of them saying that it's like too offensive to call him Karen.
Right.
Okay, Karen.
Oh no, I saw a post where it's like,
It's funny
I
that
don't
it went
know,
from
too much.
boomer
right.
To Karen.
to Karen. Like everybody was calling everybody boomers, and they still
Right.
are slightly, but like
Right.
boomer was like the thing for a while. Like
Oh yeah.
just like anybody who was older than you that said anything that you didn't like, you're like, okay, boomer. And it's like
right.
now it just automatically switched to Karen. Like, all right,
Right.
Karen, calm down, pipe
Oh,
down,
yeah.
Karen. We get it.
Right.
It's like I don't know, Karen. It's just such a ridiculous thing,
Yeah.
and you know it's a racial slur against the white women of color. It's all a post about that. It's like, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like them
I
trying to
don't know.
justify that shit. It's fucking
Right.
stupid.
It's like it's a fucking name. It's
Right.
Yeah.
I just feel bad for the people that were actually
like
named Karen.
name Karen
Right,
that are
yeah,
a nice
could you
person.
imagine?
Like I've known a couple Karens that I'm like, oh yeah, Karen, I love her, and then it's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
Like now you gotta change her name.
I mean, you know, it's about time somebody gets like a name that's like another name for somebody that's a jerk or an asshole. Because it was Steve for the longest time, and it's like fuck Steve,
Yeah.
fuck that asshole. It's like, you know, calm down on the Steves. Now it's
Yeah.
Karens.
I think you're a little biased on that one.
Yeah, because then now it's like, oh, the bros, they're named Kyle. They're all
Yeah.
Kyles.
Oh, with their
And it's like-
Monster energy drinks.
It's like, fuck, my name is Steven Kyle.
Yeah.
I'm fucked. Am I that big of a douchebag? Sorry.
Maybe.
I
Time
mean,
will
you
tell.
you ask anybody that hung out with me from like I'd say 2000 to 2005, they're like, yeah, you were a real dick.
You're
were
a real piece of shit.
you were a real Steve Kyle.
You were being a real Karen.
Right.
I mean, I went through that dickhead phase from like
Yeah.
2014 to like 2020.
20.
Yeah, I'm still living it.
Oh no,
No,
it's like
I went through
any-
a dark period through that time period,
Yeah.
but like I'd went
Right.
through a bunch of bullshit.
yeah.
So I didn't know how to control it, so I was just
Right.
like, the only thing you can do is be a huge fucking asshole,
Right.
and then
Of
maybe
course.
people understand your pain. And then I was like, wait, nope, they just think I'm an asshole.
Right. It's like it wasn't enough that I was the fat kid in the group. I was also the biggest jerk and like would
Yeah, you
be
can't.
shitty to everybody.
You can't just like. I mean, that's how I was too. I was like the fat kid. I tried not to be an asshole. I tried to be nice, like be.
I mean, I
but
thought
not like overly nice because like nobody gives a shit about that now. Like if you're
Yeah.
really nice to people, they find it annoying. It's weird.
right. I feel like the more I like you, the more I am gonna give you shit about the most mundane things.
Yeah.
No.
It's like
That was like
You
a
know.
rule in our household
Right.
growing up. If we're a dick to you, that means we like you.
Yeah, I mean,
but if
and
we're like just like, oh, how you doing?
right.
All right, you leaving now?
Yeah.
Okay, bye. That means
It's-
we're ready for you to go.
Right.
That's every friend group though. Like
Oh yeah.
the best of friends are always like the biggest assholes to each other.
Right.
For sure.
Like you don't greet like when I greet somebody who's my like friend, but they're just like I'm like, oh hey, how you doing? It's been a while. And then like you see one of your best friends and you're like, what's up, you fucking piece of shit? Like,
Right.
Right.
Like when I was walking up today, like I was gonna say, "What's up, Losers Club?"
Yeah.
But then it's like I think they're talking about something serious. Maybe I shouldn't come up and say this right now.
all of a sudden we both start crying.
It's like, oh, sorry, losers.
Idiots, and you just keep on walking.
I'm gonna go in your house.
Right.
Walk in.
We need to take it back to like the old school, like putting "kick me" signs on your back.
Right.
Like make that a thing.
Yeah. People lost that, that type of friendship. It's
Yeah.
like you can't be sarcastic anymore because all communications are done through like text and
Yeah.
stuff like that on social media.
I talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
I literally talk to my wife about this. It's like I don't know if it's just girls because guys probably do the same thing.
yeah.
But like, she'll say something to one of her friends, and one of her friends will respond, and she'll go, "This bitch is giving me a fucking attitude," and I'm like, "She said okay. Like, how the fuck can you tell that?
Right.
Like, what if that okay was with a smile on her face? Like, you could tell that by she's being a bitch."
Right.
And I'm like, they do that all the time. Like, she'll be like, "Hey, do you want to hang out or something?" And like, they'll respond with, "Yeah, I guess." And they're like, "Yeah, I guess."
It's like, well, fuck you
Yeah.
too.
Right.
Well, then fuck you. And I'm
Right.
like, maybe she's like, "Yeah, I guess," and like was gonna say something else. Like, maybe you
Right.
don't know. Like, but you're like, or like, I've never been upset with the whole like when somebody sends me back K.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
I'm
though.
not like
You hate that?
when
I
somebody
don't
sends me
care.
back K, I'm not like, "Oh, you piece of fucking shit." I'm
Like-
just like, cool. Like,
It's
I think that you literally responded with K, just like
right.
K.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like it's not that it like fully pisses me off. Like,
it's because
how
they don't
dare
put
you?
effort.
No, it's. I mean, I guess I spoke too soon. Like, it's not that. Oh man,
You're backtracking your argument here.
no. Like when somebody sends me K, but we're in like a conversation. It's like K doesn't give me any information.
I don't have.
I mean,
Well-
it's just as bad as them responding with okay. K and
Yeah.
okay are just as bad.
Well, I get it if like you ask like a question or something like that, but like if you were like,
Right.
if I'm like, "Hey man, I'm about to come over," and you just said K, I wouldn't go, "Well then fuck it, I just won't come over." Then."
Right.
Like
Right.
that's
But
I
you said,
understand.
"Hey,
you said K. So I
you
get
want
it.
you
Right.
want tacos or quesadillas?" And they're like, "K." And I'm like,
Yeah.
the
And that's a
fuck you
different K.
mean?
Right. Like, yeah, if somebody's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get dinner out tonight. Do you want whatever?" and they just respond K,
Yeah.
and then it's like,
Well,
that doesn't help
that's-
any.
Maybe they were gonna say FC.
Oh, maybe.
They
And
hit
then their
send
phone
too
died.
soon.
Oh man, I was really hoping it was Krispy Kreme. I just want donuts for dinner.
Who doesn't want donuts for dinner?
I mean, probably not.
I
Yeah.
don't. I don't want donuts for dinner.
That's not a very good dinner.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah.
I don't do that, but I do want to do the thing where you fill like a Boston cream donut with mayonnaise and then make somebody eat it. Not make
Yeah.
somebody, but just
Right. Fucking eat this.
Eat it.
But like, you just put it in there and like somebody eats that. and it's
Right. Just amongst
mayonnaise
all the
filled.
other donuts.
I was thinking about doing that to my wife. So I'll have to do it before this episode airs.
Right.
Now that I just said it out
It's
loud.
like, oh, Bavarian cream filled, my favorite. Oh my god.
Yeah. And like I got some like
Like
But-
that would get me so bad, and I'd be so fucking.
But
pissed.
what happens when they're like, oh, they changed the recipe? I love it.
Yeah.
They're like,
Well-
oh no.
well, there's these ones that they sell at this one donut shop, but it's like white icing on the top, and it's like strawberry cream filling in the inside.
Yeah.
And I have that Heinz mayo chup,
Oh yeah.
which is mayo and ketchup, and it's like that light pink color.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, that's the one. Because, like, you'll see that and you're like, oh, strawberry filling. That's, like, strawberry cheesecake dough. And mayo chup. So it's mayo and ketchup in your donut.
Mm,
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to definitely
delicious.
do that.
I'd
So
be
I'll
upset.
record that, and I'll post that on my YouTube channel whenever it comes out. 'Cause
Right.
my YouTube channel's not there, but it's coming soon.
I'm eagerly waiting to subscribe to that YouTube
Yeah.
channel.
So
Right?
that might even be my first little video that I make my wife eat a mayo chup donut.
Right.
And
I like how you keep saying make them.
yeah,
eat it.
Right.
force it upon her, and you'll see
like,
that in my video. That I'll
Hey,
force her to
hey,
eat it.
Julia, I want to force this donut down your throat.
Like, my biggest fear though is not like my biggest fear is that she's gonna be like, no, I don't really want one right now, and I'm like, oh man, and then like I forget about it, and then I go in and eat it.
You're like,
Oh,
oh,
fuck.
I fucked myself. with
But
this
I just want to
donut."
say right now, before this, like, because this is gonna air and this is gonna be on YouTube. Babe, I'm really sorry that you ate that mayo chup donut. I just wanted to say that now. So when you see this, I'm really sorry I made you eat that mayo chup donut. I forced it.
At least you're covering all your bases.
Yeah.
Sorry that I forcibly shoved this donut
Yeah.
in your face.
My kid will probably eat it, though. That's the
Right.
worst thing.
Oh, no,
So
probably.
like, I'll go up to tell her that the donuts are here, and my kid will be like, oh, this donut's gross. Dang it.
Like-
I ruined that.
Right. It's like, man, I should have been recording that.
Yeah. That's the thing is my YouTube channel will go up as soon as I start remembering that I have a camera when I run into crazy shenanigans like
Right.
my brother smashing a car. Like
Oh, yeah.
that would have been perfect for the channel, but
Right.
I forgot. But I'm gonna get on it, and I'm gonna make my own YouTube channel, which is not gonna be a podcast because that'd be weird if I did another podcast. channel.
Traitor.
It'll be in the
Right.
same basement, but you guys are sitting here. Hey, can I use your basement to make my own podcast where I talk to myself?
Still,
No, but
you see me just over here.
Right.
Oh,
You just
Oh, sorry.
you just hide behind the
Yeah.
bar and run the
But
audio.
it's gonna be more of a vlog style,
Yeah.
like
More OnlyFans style.
yeah, OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Like,
Ooh.
You
That's
pay a good
hot.
amount of money, and
Right.
I'll show you my size, 12 feet. People pay good money for feet pictures, but not of some
Not
dude
my
with
feet.
tattoos all over his feet and
Yeah.
toenails that haven't been fixed in
I mean,
life.
I've never understood the foot fetish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me neither. It's weird.
Like,
I-
why?
But like,
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
whatever. You got a fetish, man. Have
Do
at it.
you?
Do your thing.
I mean, I
Unless
don't
it's like children or
care.
something, have
right.
have your fetish. Do your thing.
Yeah.
If you like feet, that's cool. Not for me.
Right.
Like I've never had which one's the foot like nail care thing?
Pedicure?
Pedicure.
I've
Yeah.
never had one.
Like I've never had a pedicure or anything, but like guys are like, you never had one, dude. You got to get one. They like scrub your feet and like
Why?
do all this stuff, and they make them real soft. And I'm like, I don't know if I can just handle somebody like
I mean-
messing with my feet for that long.
I mean, I feel like I want to get a pedicure because my feet are jacked
Like,
up.
I'm not saying that like the outcome of the pedicure wouldn't
Right.
be good.
Right.
I'm just saying that I don't know if I can like physically withstand somebody just messing with my feet for that long.
I mean, if I can handle getting a tattoo for hours, then
Yeah, I got my feet tattooed,
yeah.
but like they get all up in between everything and like
Right.
I don't know the whole process. I was just
Yeah.
told that these are all the things they do, and like they put your feet in a bowl of soup or something. Like,
Well, my dude Alex's wife runs a nail place, and she's totally down for male pedicures,
Nice.
manicures.
well, maybe
I need to get my nails done. And
Maybe-
my hair did.
that'll be another one. We'll all go get pedicures together. On my,
Episode, everybody sitting in a chair getting a pedicure.
we'll do that. We'll do that for my channel. We'll just
Oh,
get
yeah.
up there and go get our pedicures for my
I
channel.
mean, shit.
See what
sounds
happens.
like a great time.
Yeah. So we're gonna have mayo chup donuts and pedicures on my
Right.
channel. So
Sounds
definitely.
like a luxury time.
Yeah.
Right.
Mayo
mean-
chup. That's a thing.
Right. And then they have like
But
the
wasn't it-
ranch ketchup.
Wasn't it just literally like previous to them making mayo chup? Wasn't it just called fancy sauce?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when you just mix ketchup and mayonnaise together, it's just
Yeah.
fancy sauce.
I
Pretty
mean,
much.
I
Yeah.
typically don't like ketchup or mayonnaise, so the thought of ketchup and mayonnaise together,
So what do you put on your burger?
mustard,
And
cheese, and pickles.
I mean-
well, at least you like pickles and stuff. Like if
yeah, like
because
jalapeno.
like that's always weird when
slices.
people are like, just meat, cheese, bread.
Yeah,
I had a
You think
buddy.
it's
some
That,
kind of sauce.
I think
on
the
it.
sauce depends on what kind of burger I'm making.
Yeah.
I have a buddy that's like huge on like. He gets a plain burger, like no pickles, onions, and stuff, but he gets extra ketchup and like
See,
a crazy amount of ketchup.
that
No.
that's just ridiculous.
And I'm
to
just
me.
like, whoa. But I mean, if you like it, you like it. Eat it.
Yeah.
man. Like,
True.
I'm not gonna judge you on what you like, but like, you can squeeze it and like squish the ketchup out of all the sides.
yeah, that's
See, that's
too
how
much.
I used to be with mustard. I used to put heavy mustard on everything. Like, I like mustard. Like, ketchup, like, very rarely I'll use ketchup on fries. Like, the fries have to be really bland for me to
Yeah.
put ketchup on them.
I have a salt
Right.
problem.
Yeah.
Like I literally like will just salt the shit out of
Oh, yeah.
everything. Like when you get those soft pretzels, I'll just like cover them.
Oh,
And
yeah.
salt. I hate it.
See, I like salty though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I'd probably
I
be
love
the
it so
same
much.
way.
My wife is like, "You're gonna have a heart attack," and I said, "I hope so."
It's like one of these days.
Make it quick.
Hopefully soon.
Right. As long as it doesn't interact with our podcast plans.
Yeah.
Just fall over.
Yeah. At
I
that
don't
point,
know.
just keep going.
Right.
Just keep it pushing.
It's like,
And we called 911.
You
Yeah, he's
okay?
all right.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's fine.
it's like, how much of the job do we still have to do?
How much? How much? Well, how much of this podcast do we have
Call
left?
back.
'Cause we have to finish this podcast. So,
Right. Oh, man.
if you remember from episode 1.
Right. Well, if you reference where it's from, you that's taking all the fun out of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Don't look at that. Know it yourself, you fucking asshole.
Don't look at it. Don't listen at it.
But please watch episode 1.
If you're on episode 4,
4. It would be 4.
if you're on episode 4 and you haven't seen episode 1,
Congratulations.
you're not my friend anymore.
Right, you're missing crucial pieces of Saturday on Sunday podcast.
Which I have. That's why I have to point out where the references are. So stop watching this right now and go back to episode 1 and start from the beginning, you dickhead. I'm just playing. I love you.
Come on, you sillies.
That's the thing. People do that. Like people have seen like the sequels to movies and they're like,
right.
oh, well, I've never seen the original. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, why?
But how the fuck do you even know what's going on?
I don't know.
I mean, sometimes it be like that. I went and saw the third Lord of the Rings movie before I saw any of the other ones. I saw it in
So you
theaters.
literally were like,
I just want to
What-
see the
what's
end.
up?
I'm like, this is pretty epic. Because it's like the
Yeah.
movie with all the huge battles in it.
yeah.
It's like,
I
oh,
love the
the
Lord of the Rings.
the first 2 are just people walking around. Cool, I'm glad I missed those ones.
Yeah. Yeah, you skip out on the boring stuff. I guess if you do your like reviews and you're like, okay, that one wasn't good, that one, I'm just gonna start on 3,
Right.
see what happens.
I mean, it was just I was dating a girl and they were all going to see it and they'd all seen the other movies and shit in theater.
And they're
I'm
like, do you want to go? And you're like, absolutely not, but I don't want to stay home. So.
Right. I'm like, technically I'm grounded and I shouldn't be going anywhere.
Grounded, man, that was a good thing. Man.
But I was like, I don't even know.
22.
I think I was 18 years old.
How that doesn't make sense.
Maybe I
if
was
you-
17.
That don't make sense. If you live at your parents' house, you can get grounded or whatever.
Right.
That's true.
I was still in school because, sometimes you fail.
I'm just saying, like, if you're living in the basement at
Failure.
24 years old and you're like, I'm a grown up, and they're like, you're fucking grounded. Like,
You're like, fuck.
I pay the
damn it.
bills, goddammit.
They're like, give me your
Yeah.
car keys, but I bought that car.
you live under my roof, you do what I say. Like,
Right.
Oh,
God,
fuck.
you got me. Yeah, this isn't my roof.
Damn.
Well, I'm going to build my own roof one day.
Right. like-
But now I wish I was back there. Like,
Yeah.
now I got to pay
Right.
my own bills and,
Oh, yeah.
like,
It's like, I remember
cook
when
my own food. It's terrible.
my parents were always like, oh, you can do that when you don't live under my roof and shit like that. Like, yeah, you could tattoo your face or whatever when you don't live in my house, and then I don't live in their house anymore. It's like, well, you better not tattoo your hands and face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
My
well.
parents told me that I'm not allowed to, they were like, you are not allowed to tattoo your face or your hands.
Right.
That was their biggest thing. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So at 17, I got my first hand tattoo. And now I have more hand tattoos on, just every part of my hand than my wife has on, like, her entire body.
Oh, yeah.
And now I look back at it, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have done it. Not because I don't like my hands tattooed, because I do. I like having my hand tattoos.
Right.
But I picked a bunch of shitty-ass fucking tattoos to
Right.
put on my hands.
Yeah.
And, like, it's the part of the body that, like, I could put a hoodie on and cover up my shitty arm tattoos. But,
Yeah.
like, what am I, Michael Jackson? I'm going to start wearing gloves and
I
stuff?
mean-
Like,
For sure.
I mean, you remember in, like, the early 2000s where everybody was wearing baseball gloves and shit like that?
Yeah,
Just
when
bring
that
it
was the
back,
thing.
dude.
There you go.
yeah. I'm doing it.
Right.
I'm going to get my Franklin gloves on. I'm going to do the thing.
Faux show.
I don't know. I might change them into something else. I might remove them. I don't know what I'm doing with
Yeah.
life anymore. I had a solid plan
Yeah.
of, like, where I thought my life was going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't fucking work.
Right.
Like,
No.
people who have their life set out and they, like, go according to plan and they, like, do everything
Oh,
that
yeah.
they wanted and they achieve everything and they're, like, doing so well. I'm like, how?
I don't
Right.
understand it.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I guess it has to do with, like, mental health as much as,
Yeah.
like, people
for
don't want
sure.
to talk about it, but literally because, like, minor inconveniences for people, like, way heavier
Yeah, throw you
certain
off.
people. So,
Right.
like, I went through life thinking, like, this is what's going to happen, and then all of a sudden, left to fucking right, like, things started fucking up.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know how to cope with any of that shit. And nobody
Yeah.
tells you how to do it.
Right.
And it sucks, especially being a man,
Yeah.
because, we have that stigma of, like, we're men, we don't cry,
Yeah,
we
be
don't do
tough.
none of that, we're
Right.
tough. Depression, that's for dummies. And,
Right.
like, inside, you're like, I'm depressed as fuck. But you
Right.
can't talk about
Right.
it. And,
Yeah.
like,
No.
that's the thing that we have to, like, literally have to break that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
there was a long time where I'm like, well, this isn't depression. This is
Yeah.
I don't want to commit suicide or
Yeah.
anything like that. But then it's like, oh, well, there's all these other things that are signs of depression, and
Yeah.
you have like 9 out
Right.
of 10 of these things.
But, like, you want to deny it because of
Right.
the fact that, like I said, you're not, like, growing up as a man, you're supposed to, like, not supposed to, but you're literally tricked into thinking that you're not allowed to have emotions like
Right.
that.
Right. You got to
You're
put
not
on
allowed
a brave
to be sad,
face.
yeah.
You got to be
Oh yeah,
Like, when you
straightforward.
cry, you're always told, like, when you're a little kid and you cry, like, you're always told, boys don't cry. Like,
right.
Man up.
I took that, like, I don't tell
Oh.
my sons that they're not supposed to cry.
Right.
Yo,
Right.
you can cry if you want to.
Yeah.
We'll help you get through it, but you can cry if you want to.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's the biggest thing. Like, why? Why are you teaching us that all of our emotions are supposed to stay inside of us?
Yeah.
Because now, as a fucking... When I lost my dad, I was 25 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to handle that. I didn't know how to express that emotion.
Right.
So what did I do? I became a fucking huge dickhead and treated everybody around me like
Oh, right.
they were the worst people ever. I was the worst person ever. I blamed everything that I was doing on this, and like I was a fucking dickhead. Like,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. We need to move past that. We need to
Right.
move past the fact that men aren't allowed to be sad.
Yeah.
See,
Because we're allowed to be sad
that-
whenever the fuck we want.
and that's a
Every day.
different thing. I remember our brother David talking about when we lost our dad, and oh, you're handling that well. What he didn't know, when I went
Here.
home and was by
Yeah.
myself, I was a wreck.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I don't
here.
show it in front of anybody else, but when I'm home
Right.
alone, I was a wreck.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there's still times that I catch myself and I'm like, I'm not doing good right now.
Yeah, like I said,
Right.
like, you know, just losing my best friend.
Yeah.
I openly, like, I let it go. Like,
Oh right.
I was sad. I cried. You know, I did that shit.
yeah.
Because, like, I'm over it. Because
Right.
that's what almost, that's what almost ruined my marriage, you know? Because I held it all in for so long with my
Right.
dad that when I finally let it out, like,
You just blow
nobody
up.
wants to be around that. Nobody
Yeah.
wants
Oh
to be
yeah.
around. And, like, now it's past the point of them understanding that you were just sad and more
Right.
about, no, this dude's literally, like, treating everybody else like garbage, and that's not
Right.
good.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't use that shit as an excuse.
Right.
I can't be like, well, I'm allowed to be a piece of shit
Oh
because I lost my dad. You're allowed to be like, I'm allowed to be sad because I lost my dad, but you're not allowed to. You lost somebody, but that gives you no right to do that
Oh.
kind of shit to other
Right.
people.
For sure.
The fuck? So
like-
I was a big dickhead. I literally didn't know how to handle it. So
See, I feel like I have like the reaction of just like shutting down because within the last year I lost a friend of mine that I've known since diapers.
yeah,
Like our dads were best friends. My dad was the godfather of his older brother and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and we've known each other our entire lives, and it's just like catches you off guard.
yeah,
You're like,
Throws you off.
and it's just like it never gets easier.
No.
It just gets easier to distract yourself
yeah.
from thinking about the same things over
And like
and
you
over
said,
again.
you said that you were, you know, normally you shut down
right,
because it's so much easier to shut down than it is to deal with it.
right,
Oh yeah.
You know, when somebody asks you how you're doing, it's so much easier to tell them, "Man, I'm good.
right.
I'm all right."
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Than it is to go.
You can say that
I'm
and move
fucked,
along.
dude. I'm
Oh,
fucked up. Like, it's hard. It's hard to open up and like literally tell people, like, I'm not doing good.
right,
And like I said, that's a big thing. Like, men, women, everybody. Like, that's a big thing. Like, you need to open up. You need to get that off your chest. You need to literally talk about it.
right.
That's
It's
the
just
only thing
gonna
that's help.
sit and build, and you're just gonna explode,
Yeah.
and it makes it worse in the long run.
Yeah, and the way people react to that, you know, not very long ago, you know, I lost my sister
Yeah.
to suicide, and it's literally because she felt like she couldn't talk to anybody about it.
Right.
Right.
Like, she could, and like
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing is like she could have definitely talked to
For
a lot
sure.
of people, but like in your head, you feel like nobody's gonna care
Oh, yeah.
about what I think.
Right.
Nobody's gonna care about how I feel, no matter how many people tell you, like, you
Yeah.
know, whatever. That's just your mind is
Right.
telling you shit that's not true.
Yeah, because it's like when you're down, you expect people to be like, "Oh, I'm here for you,"
Yeah,
and you know when you get that from, you know, multiple angles, people in your family
Yeah.
or people in your friends group tell you that you care. It just, I feel like it becomes a record in your head.
Yeah.
To where, like, if you tell somebody that you love them too much, it
Right.
loses that feeling.
Which is crazy, but it does.
Right.
But like it's the same. Like we all of us here lost our father,
Right.
and when that happened, it's just a non-stop, repetitive, over and over every day for like a week of people
Right.
just going, "Hey man, I'm sorry for your loss."
Right.
Right.
And I got to the point where I was angry that people were saying
Right.
this.
Yeah, it's like,
Mhm.
I don't.
I
like, don't
give
bring
a
it up.
shit about it. Yeah, but like, it's you also have to put yourself in their shoes. That like, what can you say?
Right. Like, I'm never I'm
The-
not the best
I
at
don't know what
saying
to say
anything.
to
Yeah.
people whenever they lose
What- yeah.
anybody.
Yeah, what can you say to them?
Right.
Because you get so mad that these people keep berating you with the I'm sorry for your loss," like
right. Anything that I
sending
can do
prayers,
for you.
and then the
that-
second somebody loses somebody, you hit them up and you go, "Hey man, I'm real sorry,"
Right.
and you're
Right.
like, "Oh fuck, I just did that too." Because what
That's
do you
all you
say?
can do.
There's
Yeah, what do you
nothing-
say? There's nothing you can do.
You can
And
say.
like
Right.
that's it. Like you have to understand that there's nothing that you can say at that moment that is going to make
Right.
that person feel better. I don't
Yeah.
care if you are the best speech giver in the
Right.
world. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to take that pain away
No,
at that
yeah.
moment.
Right.
That's like, sawing your hand off and somebody's like, "Well, I got a Band-Aid for you right now." It's not going
Right.
to
Right.
do anything. Band-Aids help,
Yeah.
but not in this situation,
Mhm.
So there's
For sure.
nothing you could say. You
Yeah.
can give them the world speech on everything that you want to. You could take it into religion. You could take it into
Right.
reincarnation stuff. You could take it wherever you want. You could say they're not suffering anymore. You could say all this stuff. No
Right.
matter what you say, it is not going to help at that moment. You
Yeah.
have to let that person feel those emotions and let that person know that you can put those emotions on me and I will gladly take it. I've always told people when they lost somebody, you can call me at any time.
Right.
You can cry. You can yell at me. You can scream into the phone. You can meet me in person and scream at me.
Right.
That's fine with me.
Just wanna let
However
know.
you need to get those emotions processed, I'm here for that.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the thing. So that's what everybody has to understand. When that person's being a dickhead, it's because they don't know how to process that emotion
Right.
and help them get through that shit. Help them process that emotion. Help them
Right.
get that out.
Right,
So-
for sure.
Yeah.
That's a big thing that entirely as a world with everything that we need to work on.
It's like I have empathy for people when they have a loss or something like that. But I feel like when I lose somebody, it's like I have a hard time releasing like emotion,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like crying and things like
Yeah.
that. Like in a situation where I'm like, I would probably cry right now.
Yeah.
That's the response you see, your dead friend or relative. You're like, this is the point where you break down, but I don't have that point.
Yeah.
No, I understand what you're saying.
And yeah,
And I've
and
been there.
it's because you have to, like I said, it's whether it's conscious or unconscious, like we have that instilled in our heads that we're not supposed to.
Right. And it's just like, and it's little things that trigger that kind of stuff. Like the random ass music my dad listens
Oh
to
my God.
pops
Throws
up on
me
the
off.
radio,
Yeah.
stupid poppy songs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking Megan Trainor makes me cry now.
Like
Right.
yeah. And I deal with the same thing, like Shooting Star. Don't you know that you My dad used to sing that
Okay.
terribly.
Oh yeah.
Like awful. Like my dad was like a monotone singer, could not sing for the life of him, and he used to sing that to us. So like now when I hear it, I'm like, and I'm by myself, and then when I'm with other people and they play it, like I'm like fighting it in the background to not like break down in front of all these
right.
people.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's like, why are you crying? Dave Matthews Band is playing right now.
Right.
Right.
It's like, it makes me think
Don't
of
you
Saturday
know this
morning.
is the house of pain right now? Like,
Right.
yeah, but Cross is gonna make jump. Come on. We're gonna jump.
I don't want to jump anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but now I listen to a bunch of Whitey Ford stuff, and I'm like, my dad would have fucking loved this.
Right?
Like,
I was doing that the other day.
like, man, I don't know.
So just remember, if you're going through something and you get those constant messages that you don't want to see, those people are genuinely like just trying to help. They don't know what to say. And if you're on the opposite side and somebody around you just lost somebody, literally let them vent to you. Let them do whatever they need to do to get those emotions out. Don't
Just
judge them for what they're doing. Literally let them do what they need to do to get that out.
Let them know you're there
Yeah.
just to be there for whatever they need.
And if anybody's going through anything at all, I am more than willing to talk to you. If you want to talk to anybody who is an unbiased opinion of how you feel, message me
Right.
on Facebook, on Instagram, on anything. Message me and I'll talk to you. I will literally talk to anybody who feels that they need to talk to somebody and feels that they have nobody to talk to. I will be that guy. So message me and I will definitely talk to you if you need it. So
Right.
it's a big thing. Help anybody. Like, put your hand out, and if somebody grabs it, they grab it, you know?
Right.
Just
Right.
put your hand out. That's all they need. Somebody's drowning, they just need a hand.
Right.
You know, be
Yep.
that hand. So I'm definitely down with that. Hit me up anytime,
Mhm.
and I will conversate with you.
Right.
Hey, no coughing.
There's no crying in
We're
baseball.
literally in the middle of a quarantine.
Oh, shit.
No, we're not. I lied to you. We're not in the middle of a quarantine anymore. That's good that that's over.
Yeah, but is it over?
This podcast is about to be.
This podcast is
Oh.
definitely about to be over.
Well, on that note, thank you for listening.
Thank you for joining us. We got a little bit heart into that, but thank you for coming. I love you guys. Love every one of you guys. Thanks for sticking around. I'm Twan.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Jake.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your family's friends, and tell your friends' families.
Peace.
Peace!
It's a